You get into any supermarket or you open Instagram, there is enough and more recommendations on taking XYZ supplement.
Speaking the truth and facts today, there are many areas where we might think as physicians a supplement could be of help. When we are saying supplement, it already means that we are adding on to something.
Yeah, but some say it's a way to make your urine expensive. Right? So if I choose to have beer and coffee and then take magnesium or melatonin to sleep, that's not the ideal
That's
way
not
to
the ideal way. Yeah.
We get this common question of, hey, I am probably eating a great diet. Should I still take supplements?
So supplement could be for multiple things, but
You get into any supermarket or you open Instagram, there is enough and more recommendations on taking XYZ supplement in order to boost your sleep, feel the vitality, get anti-aging, all of that, right? And as doctors practicing longevity, we prescribe supplements as when needed, depending upon what's required at that point in time. Some doctors say that, hey, supplements are required in this day and age because of so many reasons, starting from correcting deficiencies to optimizing the physiology to act against the aging forces by itself. But some say it's a way to make your urine expensive. Right? So this conversation is going to be about debunking all the regular questions that comes towards us every time we write a prescription on supplements, and the things that you have been seeing firsthand about supplements and what has evolved over the past few years of your practice. Yeah.
let's begin.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a doctor from the conventional setup, right? From what point have you started seeing supplements as a real adjunct to not just because, hey, your iron is low, you got to be on an iron replacement. That's very clear. Conventional medicine protocols also says the same. But from there to taking a supplement for the therapeutic potential of it in order to change something in their body function, how has that changed me for you?
Speaking the truth and facts today, while studying MBBS or even post graduation, the awareness was very little in terms of the supplementation that is required to the body. Leave supplementation for that matter. How diet can drive our physiology was something not taught in depth.
Yeah.
There was some basic physiology that was taught as to how iron, B12 or folate are required for hemoglobin synthesis, because we are dealing with diseases, want to diagnose a disease. That was one way of understanding, certain vitamins and minerals are needed. But only to a point where these deficiencies can significantly impact body functions and cause significant symptoms. So that was the knowledge back then, or that was shared in the medical training. Okay, after that, how any doctor would ultimately land up with where we are right now is through our personal health choices and our personal health journeys. It's the same for you or similar, very same for me as well. I had to understand what nutrition can do to your brain health, gut health, etc. How we can prevent a headache with good nutrition, of course. There are many areas where we might think as physicians a supplement could be of help. When we are saying supplement, it already means that we are adding on to something.
Yeah.
That means we are already adding on to a nutrition or a diet that a person is getting. Contrary to what people think, supplement is a hack. Supplement itself says you're just adding on to something.
The name itself states that.
Name itself says that. So supplement could be for multiple things, but only one thing we had known in the past was, okay, it corrects deficiencies. That was major thing, which many doctors and many people supported. Okay. Second, there is physiological needs. Oh, you're growing or you're changing your milestones, you're getting into pregnancy, antenatal. Okay, there will be bodily physiological demands, or you're getting into menopause, or you need bone support. Milestones, physiological needs. Okay, there is some agreement that these two areas we need supplementation. Now we are
a very clear indication.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Now we are moving little ahead in time and saying, oh, we can prevent something. Oh, we are not getting completely what body demands from nutrition. Oh, we have to add on in some areas more frequently. Okay. That is, we are not there yet in terms of optimization.
Yeah.
But that will help prevent some symptoms that we are going through on a more regular basis. Something like preventing a headache, because most of us are magnesium deficient. Or the things around us, environment has changed. The magnesium that we used, our grandparents used to get, was the demand versus supply was there. Whatever body demands was they're getting from the nutrition itself, because soil
From
was
the
great.
soil, yeah.
There was whole foods that they were eating.
Now there is a lot of depletion of trace elements from the soil
Soil
itself.
itself.
Everything is optimized for yield ratio, and there is no crop recycling that's happening. The people are over harvesting in order to meet their ROI.
ROI.
All of that has led to a lot of depletion of nutrients specifically from the soil, right?
True.
So with we get this common question of, hey, I am probably eating a great diet. For at least for me, from my understanding, I'm eating a great diet. Should I still take supplements?
Okay. Before this question, we were discussing about how change in the milestones or change in the physiology demands something more from us. So that is when we support certain more nutrients during antenatal, pregnancy, menopause periods, right?
Increased
So
physiological
that
demands.
milestone or change in physiology of a female body through different decades in life was understood, and that's how supplementation was understood. Now we understand, as physicians practicing longevity medicine, that aging physiology we understand now. What happens as we age and how the demands of blood vessels or the immune system or the musculoskeletal system, or for that matter how things change in the muscle, for example, the resistance. We know how aging physiology is changing, and that's how now we understand how diet also should be little changed to optimize the physiology with changing age.
Yeah.
And same as supplementation also.
Plus, the science of aging is also rapidly evolving, right? What we understood about aging 3 or 4 years ago is not what there were 10 hallmarks, now there are 14
Now they are
hallmarks.
14.
So all of that happened in matter of few years, which
Yeah.
means science is accelerating at that rapid pace, and our understanding about supplements are also evolving over a period of time. And thereby we see increasing need for somebody to be on appropriate supplementation to complement the diet,
Exactly.
which is already good. You can't like how we say, you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet. It's if you are on a bad diet, eating burgers, mandi and whatnot, and doing exercise twice a day, it still is going to lead to poor health outcomes. Similarly, you can't biohack your way out of a bad health and lifestyle and diet with just supplements.
That is very
So
true.
it's that if I choose to have beer and coffee at 6 p.m. around the evening, and then take magnesium or melatonin to sleep, that's not the ideal
That's
way
not
to
the ideal way.
do.
Yeah.
So going back to the question of supplements, are they medicines, right? Can I take a supplement and be okay in my mind that I'm not dependent on a medicine to lead an healthy life?
So
What?
today, once and for all, let's decode this.
Yeah.
Supplements are not medicines. Medicines are there in the market for a reason to cause a therapeutic effect. That means there is an outcome. If you have blood pressure, you're taking a tablet, blood pressure will come down. Very clear. And there are studies, there are evidences, there's a rule book, there's a clinical guidelines. That is medicines for us. Now coming to supplements, there are not lot of guidelines or a rule book, at least in clinical practice, right? Because we know it is supplementing the food that you're taking. But there are also a lot of studies around supplements which people are not aware. When we write a supplement, there are certain things that we see. Why we are writing it, what is the mechanism we are targeting, what should be the outcome. If I give a supplement, what is going to happen? And we are giving supplement at a therapeutic dose. We are not giving a 50 mg of magnesium and thinking it will help their sleep, right? So there should be a dose, there should be a target mechanism, there should be an outcome, and how long duration. We are not asking them to take it for life. Is it for 2 months, 3 months? When are they stopping? All of it. If they're stopping, what are the precautions that they need to be doing during that time? What foods they should be concentrating more on? And also, the deficits that the person might have because of the choice of restriction in the diet. For example, by choice, they are vegans. So that means they're not going to get a lot of vitamins, minerals that are, or amino acids that are coming from meat
Animal-based
sources or even
sources.
all animal based foods, right? So that means they should be aware, oh, I'm missing certain nutrition because I'm avoiding certain foods, so I should supplement those with the tablets. So I think that is the way of looking forward. And contrary to what people think that they have no guidelines, no rules, we today we are here saying that there are a lot of studies, evidence, there are meta-analysis that is available, and more are coming in the future. Let's take for example curcumin now, because everybody is talking about curcumin. We write curcumin for many inflammatory conditions.
Conditions.
There are many inflammatory conditions around us, and there are studies how it's going to reduce the inflammation in an individual in a particular disease. For example, curcumin in rheumatoid arthritis versus curcumin in osteoarthritis, how is it affecting? So I think evidence is growing.
Yeah. So far we have covered a couple of reasons why supplement is needed in today's world, right? One being people getting into some sort of restrictive diet. Could be choosing to be a vegan, choosing to be a vegetarian, or getting into calorie restriction in order to lose and optimize their health. Anything, right? Restriction in terms of diet that leads to deficiencies over a period of time. Hence, requirement of supplement comes in picture. Then comes natural depletion of soil and the minerals and trace elements that are there in it because of the
Environmental
changes that have
changes.
happened in terms of industrialization, the farming methods, and all of that, right? So that's the second important thing. Third important thing is inflammation. We teased about it, which is basically individuals are growing to be inflamed in the presence of modern diets, and that's not great for their gut in order to absorb and assimilate nutrients, right? And you brought up an important topic of aging and how it affects the nutrient supplement, nutrient sensing pathways, and thereby there is an increasing demand
Demand.
of nutritional supplementation in the first time.
Yeah.
What else, Dr. Sam? What else do you think?
Now also think about how about people who are on certain conventional drugs or medications that can impact certain deficiencies. For example, we often keep seeing this, right? People who are on statins often end up with CoQ10 and magnesium deficiencies. People who are on antacids for years together develop B12 deficiencies. People who are on metformin develop B12 deficiencies. Also, today we know we have a long list of nutrient deficiencies for respective medications. Like blood pressure medication can have a zinc deficiency, an antidepressant can have a zinc and CoQ10 deficiency. So there are laundry list of pharmaceutical drugs for which the patient might apparently have certain deficiencies. And also you must have seen many most of the times there's methotrexate, which is a common biological drug that is advised for rheumatoid arthritis. It can cause folate deficiencies. That is the reason why we add a folate there.
Yeah.
So that is one such reason.
So being on
Yeah.
some of these
Drugs.
drugs which accelerate nutrient dysregulation and thereby landing that person into a deficiency, which is making a requirement come up for us to supplement. Right?
Supplement.
How do I know as a person, right? As a person who's a non-doctor, let's say I'm coming to you. What are the things? What is your mental checklist to identify
Oh,
a
this
requirement for a supplement?
Okay. So we are talking about supplements, but that could have different forms. It could be oral, IV, or IM. Most of the times, there are, when I say supplements, it could be vitamins, minerals, amino acids, probiotics, enzymes, or it could be a peptide, or it could be a metabolite. Any of these are supplements. Some of them are sprays, sublingual, oral, powders, IVs, IMs, all of it. Now, a person is going through major gut issues, for example, IBS or IBD kind of a situation. And for sure, we know that person is not actively digesting. There are complaints like, as soon as I eat my food, I run to the washroom and I have to pass a loose motion. That means the person is not even digesting and absorbing the food. So these are the people who have common symptoms like weight loss over a period of time, feeling lethargic after eating, running to lose motion after eating the food, or feeling changes especially in hair and nails, thinning of the nails, spooning of the nails, or even horizontal marks or
White marks,
white
white
spots on
lines.
the nails. Hair to loss, brittle, dryness, frizziness, all of it. And also not able to perform well enough in fitness or in exercise, in the routine exercises. They feel like they're drained out too fast, or even for that matter not able to focus cognitively also. Many people come to us saying, I'm not able to recall names. I'm not able to comprehend. I have a word. I'm not able to just say it. So
It's there at the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming out.
not it's not coming out. It's there, but
Yeah.
okay. So these are the things often they're neglected, thinking maybe I'm not sleeping enough. Maybe the days are very stressful.
Some reason is
Some
given
reason.
and moved on.
But people are aware that there could be stress and sleep which could be affecting.
Yeah.
But similarly, nutrition, absorption, digestion also is affecting them. So depending on all of these symptoms, the kind of a diet. Oh, so you asked me what are the different things that checklist first.
Yeah.
Which diet are they? What kind of milestone they are in their life, male or a female, exercising or not. Physical levels are different. Physical challenges or the needs of the body are different. Okay, he's pushing himself more. Oh, he needs some extra support. It could be in terms of the additional calories or the food or the protein or supplements, or going through digestive disorders or discomforts, or he or she needs additional support, or have been on 4 or 5 different types of medications for polypharmacy. Oh, we are sure they need a lot of supplementation. Yeah.
So
These
there
are the
is
different
a
things.
lot of eliciting that is going on. Signs and symptoms and diagnosis, the kind of conditions that I come in with as a patient, and the medication that I'm already on, and also the biomarkers that brings this question of what are the tests that somebody needs to do
Okay.
in order to identify a requirement for a supplement.
Okay.
Or is it that I feel little off,
Uh,
right? And I should reach out to a supplement.
Thanks to this question, if we have found all the answers in the world just from the blood test, we wouldn't even examine people. We wouldn't even see their skin, hair, nails, examine what is going on. Blood is one of the very late signs the blood biomarkers gives us before the body is telling you're already yawning, you're discharged, you're not able to perform, your skin, hair, nails are changing. But by that time, your blood sample might look normal.
Yep.
Your blood reports might look normal. So that's why most of the time when people come and say, oh, I don't have any deficiencies in the blood, but the doctor has put me on tablets. So the regular blood tests catch the problems very late. Unless your blood, by the time your blood is showing signals, your cells have already been very deficient.
Put through all the turmoil.
So I think we should look out for signs and symptoms. Since you're talking about blood tests, there are few signals we can get. Okay, at least HSCRP, homocysteine, vitamin D, B12, magnesium, zinc, and even home IR for that matter. And we do this oligo scan to find out what are the tissue levels of the vitamin and minerals. This is very interesting concept, right? Just that you're seeing something in the blood doesn't give us any sign about what the metabolism is. For most of the clients, how many times we have seen the blood B12 levels appear normal, and we have done the metabolites test and we see intracellularly the B12 is very low. We have seen MMA levels really high. So now that's the reason why we started doing little more advanced test to identify these deficiencies very early on. Why should somebody suffer and feel lethargic at work and wait for something to go wrong? So I think that is where the more preventative tests also have come in to identify these things early on at the level of tissues and cells. So that is where we started doing metabolites testing. We started doing lipidomics as well. Now we are talking about inflammation, right? Okay, HSCRP is another blood test.
So if I am inflamed, I'm most likely to have dysregulated nutrient absorption.
Exactly.
Right?
We always see this scenario. Most of the people who have high HSCRP are inflammatory in the sense that they have some itis, they have pains here and there, swelling here and there, or knee pains, feeling lethargic.
It could be non-specific also.
Or non-specific, feeling bloated, or weight gain. We have seen so many people. And they also have iron deficiency because that is more commonly tested. But we also see they have 4 to 5 other deficiencies. We have seen recently, we have seen an individual with 5 or 6
Yeah.
iron, zinc, B9, B12, all of them.
It really, really affects them at the cellular level. There's this theory called triage theory, which is by a researcher named Bruce Hams, who says that the hypothesis is that if you are low on nutrients, then your body sorts of adapts itself to survival and provides it to short-time survival than long-term health.
Yes.
Which means that if I am getting low on magnesium, before I start to have cramps and start to have difficulty in doing metabolic functions, my enzymes are affected. There are about 500 different enzymes that are dependent on magnesium. That goes for a toss. If I'm low on zinc, 2000 different enzymes are going for a toss. And these
And imagine vitamin D, just because vitamin D is low, your immune system is affected.
Yeah. Before it comes and makes me be a ricket or an osteopenic or osteoporotic individual, I am suffering through multiple colds and coughs in a year. I'm falling sick really, really often. Every weather change I know before because I have fallen sick. All of that happens just because my vitamin D is really, really low. Contributed by indoor occupancy. I'm staying indoors. I'm not having fatty.
I don't
food.
eat fatty foods.
All of these are there, and I go on to this state of being deficient on multiple nutrients. I suffer through the process until one day I get a blood test and see vitamin D of 3. Right? It does not have to affect the end organ. I think you brought up a very important point that if I am low on nutrients, the blood test is the last thing it's going to dictate you are low. But before that, I am suffering through a lot of changes internally, and it is shown. Maybe I can give myself a reason that hey, it's because of the weather. I have had a bad day because of which I'm being forgetful. I'm stressed. All of that, and then keep moving on, or get assessed physically by somebody who can look out for signs and symptoms, do essential bedside examination, if needed advanced testing, and then find out what really is off and supplement accordingly. So,
exactly. The point we're trying to get here is people do not have to take some exotic therapies or very costliest therapies in the world to get healthier. Since most of the enzyme systems, most of the processes that require us to keep healthy are run on this basic nutrition, are run on amino acids, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, probiotics, good bacteria, all of it. So that's the reason why supplements become the first line or foundation line of making somebody get better or get healthier.
Yeah.
That's why supplements.
Okay. Now we have clearly established that there is a requirement of nutrition supplements in appropriate places for appropriate individuals, not for everybody. If needed, there is a clear indication, right? Now, is it safe to take a supplement for a long time?
Okay.
And if yes, am I growing dependent on it by taking them for a long time? If I stop that particular supplement, are the things that are being addressed in the background are going to come back to me?
If you're deficient, if you're trying to correct it, use it for a required period of time or the time period that is advised for. Follow back if the things are good and no maintenance is required. You can stop and give a holiday. See how your lifestyle is good. If your lifestyle has been maintained, nutrition has been maintained, you may not require it near soon. But if you are a person who is traveling all the time, again, developing symptoms back, that means you might be at a need of that particular supplement for a little longer period. Are you going to be in dire dependence of a nutrient? No, the brain doesn't depend on it unless your bodily functions are not optimized or nutrition is not corrected or you're not leading a routine life. You're missing out on your nutrition, you're traveling, you're more exposed to environmental pollutions, toxins, or you've started new health habit which is not healthy, then of course body will demand more nutrition from you.
Yeah.
So yes, no brain dependence is there, unlike certain other dependable pharmacological drugs, but your body might need it short term or long term, depending on the restriction or new habit change or new lifestyle change that you're doing. But if you are been restricting your diet for too long in your life, like you're going to be a vegan in your life, for example, there's nothing wrong about it, but you should know, okay, this comes with certain nutritional requirements, because that is not coming in the nutrition. You have to supplement it. All the 5 things that we often talk about, like B12, folate, omega 3, and your amino acids. So these are in more requirement for them. So I think.
So I constantly reassess the requirement and read my bodily signals and then respond to it appropriately by taking myself to a healthcare professional who can provide me with appropriate supplements as when needed, right?
Exactly.
So that brings us to this holy grail question of how many supplements are too many supplements? Because with all that we just discussed, it comes out to be that we end up writing at least 4 or 5, if not for more, depending upon the priorities, right? We don't want to bombard somebody with supplements, but it comes out to be that, hey, you are low on so many things and you are being hurt inside because of that, and it is affecting your day-to-day functions. So this is the bare minimum that you got to be on. But coming from taking no supplements and living my life vicariously with bad health to facing so many supplements on the list, I as a person, I'm perplexed, I'm overwhelmed, right? So the first thing that goes on anybody's mind as a member is that the 4 supplements I've not been taking, what's really needed, and should I be worried that I'm requiring so much? These are the questions that usually come to us, and we see it and we answer it. We try and make them understand. What are your experiences with such questions, and how do you take it?
Firstly, there are multiple choices for single supplement, right? People know magnesium, but in magnesium, there are 7 different kinds of salts. But which one do a person need? How much strength? And where is the molecule coming from? Which brand are you buying? Is it third party tested? Is it heavy metal tested? Is it free of additives and toxins? Is there a therapeutic dose in it? What kind of where is it manufactured or prepared from? Where is the does it have trademarked ingredients? These are the different things we watch out for and we advise it.
Right.
But some people, since this doesn't require a prescription, people go and buy at their own will.
Yeah.
Since they don't look out for all these things, they might end up or land in buying a supplement which could have heavy metals in it. Then things could go wrong. Or not taking the right combination. Suppose they in general have loose stools. They started taking some magnesium blend which has citrate in it. That is not required for them. So I think though it is a OTC molecule, there's a lot of science behind the type of salt, the strength, what is the mechanism it is acting. Since it acts at multiple levels, unlike a single drug or a pharmaceutical drug. And one vitamin can affect all other vitamins as well.
Yeah.
So I think that is the nutritional science.
And it also boils down to how I'm going to be taking it inside, right? If I am having a gene SNP, if I have a MTHFR, COMT, TCN, B12, B9, methylated vitamins are highly required, and that's going to be part of that list whatsoever. If I have a transporter gene defect on my iron, I'm required to be on iron in order to prevent myself to get into anemia, right? So all of these becomes like the standard. I think it answers both the questions of should I be taking supplements forever, plus the number of supplements that comes to the list is dependent on my genetic background, my tendencies, plus what am I boiling today, plus what are my priorities in terms of health goals. That's how this list is made in the first place, right?
Coming to personalization, this is very important aspect that you're bringing in. People always think what worked for one person will work for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, this has done wonders for me. I'm taking this supplement. Yeah. You also take. And they'll give it to all their family members. Or all their friends for that matter.
They truly wish good for them.
No, they wish good for them, but
it need not be ideal for everybody.
But biology is very complex, right? That's why we test what we test. If we are not testing and we are randomly giving all these 10 supplements for everyone, will it work? It won't. And some people might get overdosed because some metabolism pathways, according to their genetics, might be fast or slow. You could keep that molecule for too long in your body.
System,
So we have been seeing for people who are at risk for multiple deficiencies, we often wonder why they're falling deficient in certain vitamins all the time. And we started doing nutrigenomics and we started saying, oh, they really have SNPs or some mistake in their genetics, in their mutation or the gene that codes that particular vitamin. Oh, that's why they have a risk of this particular deficiency. So let me watch out, let me do regular testing for this particular vitamin because this individual is at risk. So there's a lot of personalization also that goes in.
So all that personalization, I'm given one list. I'm taking it right now. I'm starting to feel better 4 weeks down the line. I'm stopping it. Just because I'm feeling good. The same tale with antibiotics. I have upper respiratory tract infection going on, cold cough. I'm given antibiotic and just to prevent secondaries, I'm given antibiotic 2 days down the line. I stop and I do it multiple times. I end up with resistance. Am I being right by stopping the supplements just when I start to feel okay?
Good one again. So whatever difference that you start to notice in terms of symptoms, first time when we take a supplement, first thing that starts producing positive changes is in the symptomatology only. Just because symptoms are improving, it doesn't mean at the cellular level, at the tissue level, levels are already so great that all the 400 functions are suddenly turned on. So we told magnesium is part of 400 different functions in the body. These are the 2-3 changes we see in the body. Oh, I started sleeping better, let me stop it. But what about those 400 functions which are dependent on it and that require certain time? At least 60 to 90 days are required for those levels to reach, we say, therapeutic level. Therapeutic level is the level at which the body can function at its best. To reach that level, any vitamin takes time. So I think just because symptoms are reversed, it doesn't mean that you need to stop immediately because it is not a acute treatment. Just like you have pain, I take pain medication. Once pain is gone, I'll remove it.
What's your reason behind putting somebody on an IV replenishment than oral medicine, oral supplement?
First thing has to be absorption issues. I for sure know this person, whatever I do, is not able to break down the food or is not able to absorb, or even the absorption might be hampered, so I can't give a oral form at all. So I'll choose a different path. It could be intramuscular or intravenous. So that is the first choice. Second is, this is a person who cannot gulp tablets for some problem. We often see this, right? Because it has to be taken with, or there's a fear of gulping the tablets because people think it gets, they're choked on the tablet. So these are the few reasons, and most other common reason is there are people who don't want to pop a pill every day for next 2 or 3 months. Okay, I would rather take an IV, which can increase my levels soon, and I can take it intermittently. So that is by choice. That is not a force or a pressure that they have to do certain way. So these are the 2 or 3 common reasons.
Okay. So there are a couple of options in terms of how I can take the supplement, right? Now I'm left with a list of about 6-7 supplements, let's say. But I am really restricted on my budget. Okay. I know, I'm like convinced that this is required, and I am completely with you as a member that these are going on in my system, in my day-to-day life because of these things, and I'll have to take it, but I am restricted on my budget. Right? How do I see this in terms of overcoming this mental block of investing XYZ amount into the supplement, and should I be doing the same forever? I think it is partially answered, but for the scope of this question again, should I look at this investment on taking supplements?
It depends on the priorities. Suppose health is your first priority, no matter what you want to optimize it. So that is your choice. Then you're going to invest on it. Second thing, you are an athlete or you're into performance, and that is pulling you down, whatever the biological need of the body is, and that supplement can help you. Then you have to invest in. And third thing, you are already are on some polypharmacy drugs, and
Multiple
those drugs are
drugs.
going to affect your nutritional pathways, and you're going to have deficiencies, and that is the best investment people should do, because you you're already at risk of deficiencies there. And fourth one is, there's no choice. You are deficient, you should take it.
Mm.
And now, okay, you're deficient, you want to take it, genuinely want to take it, but there's a financial this thing. Then talk to your physician. Out of the 5 deficiencies that you have, what is the most crucial one that
Critical
you need
thing.
to critical thing that you need to solve for in the beginning, so that you can plan your finances accordingly. Suppose you're out of 6 deficiencies, a top 3 have been iron, B12 and B9. These are the most very, very, very important nutrients for the body, because many functions are dependent on it. Maybe you get that
And it is
rectified
relatively
first.
inexpensive to
And
solve
it's
for.
relatively inexpensive as
Yeah.
well. Then you can, because there are many layers to supplements, one which are easily available
Yeah,
and
yeah.
relatively cheap, and
And
other
if we
ones you
get
have
into
to,
patented molecules,
that's very
yeah.
costly.
Talking about zooming out and talking about this patented molecules, one common question is that, hey, you have given me some brands which are internationally renowned. You have done the vetting process for us. I'm grateful, but it's coming out to be expensive, and in some occasions I'm required to import it, right? Why are you relying on a patented molecule? Let's say, let's take,
Something.
yeah, sorry, Santhyanin. Let's take Santhyanin, which is a better format of L-theanine that is out there. You and I know it, but how do you come to a conclusion that it is required for somebody?
So the best possible prescription would be to write a trademarked patented molecule for a given
Yeah.
vitamin or a mineral. That is the first choice. I think it goes with saying that if you have come to a physician thinking they would make a right choice for you, then it goes by trust. Okay, you have written, that means you have done all the work, the validation,
Research.
proofreading,
Yeah.
the research, that this molecule, which is patented, will actually work for me. I think that goes by trust.
Plus, these patented molecules are usually higher priced for
Yeah,
procurement.
and they're priced higher for sure,
Yeah.
because it comes with the patent itself.
Yeah.
The molecule production, or the even many different brands, whatever brands are available. Take for example NMN, since we're in longevity. Youth Ever is the NMN trademark molecule. NMN is available in several different companies. Youth Ever patented molecule is used by 3 to 4 companies. All these 3 to 4 companies are buying from the same producer,
Yeah.
same company,
Manufacturer.
manufacturer. He can supply only to these people. He has a cost. These people have a cost. These people are selling to us. So ultimately, the price goes higher for all these molecules. And all the latest molecules which are designed to changing the aging physiology, there are more costlier than supplements which are there decade ago, which were solving the purpose of the most generic health,
Deficiency.
which can keep us alive, which can help us survive. There are those molecules which are cheaply available. Now these molecules which are new now will become cheaper eventually. Because the more people start taking it, the more production, the more availability, it will become cheaper.
And the supplement industry is, though it appears to be really new, we have dealt with supplements for about 2 or more centuries in different formats.
Different
right?
formats.
I've heard about this Navy sail ship from UK, which is sailing through the ship, and scurvy was all over the sailors. Right? Scurvy is vitamin C deficiency. And people were becoming very worn out. They were appearing saggy. They were having skin ulcers. Their teeth were falling out because the gum health was so bad. They started to look like they have lost it. If you go onto the sea, you sail for some weeks, you come back as a different person altogether. If you come back, that's great. But if you make it also, you are a different person altogether. And all it took for them
Is to
is to
understand this.
come back to the land, and they are all okay. So they studied, they found out that the ration provided inside the ships were so poor of vitamin C, they were not getting any vitamin C at all. They fed on to just the fish and salted meats that they stripped out of the vitamin C, end up with scurvy. And this famous physician named James Lind went ahead and did one controlled clinical experiment of giving about 15 to 16 people were trial, and 2 were given vinegar, 2 were given acetic acid, 2 were given a form of sulfuric acid, poor men, and some were given beer alone, and some were given orange juice. People with
Orange
oranges
juice got
obviously got better, like miraculously, and they were not looking like pirates at the end of the entire sail thing. So that is there from 1750s till now, right? Just the form has changed into in a capsule or a tablet.
Exactly.
And we have dealt with iodine deficiency historically. People have been walking around with swollen neck and cognitive impairment. All it took to fortify
The
the
salts
salt,
with iodine.
and then things were okay. All of this has existed in terms of supplements for a long time. Just that we have made the life easy by packaging it into different forms. And in this packaging also, people have come up with beautiful combinations and a particular form, which is what is patented, and that comes with a price tag.
Price. And also one interesting thing that you're mentioning, because at a population level something is happening, people are aware.
Yeah.
At a population level, people knew iodine deficiency is more common because many people are suffering through the problem. So that's why at a primary prevention level, the entire salt is fortified. They thought, okay, how can at a policy level, at a government level, we can help so lakhs of people solve for iodine deficiency. Okay, let's fortify the salt. Similarly, many foods are now fortified for a reason, because at a population level they are deficient. Now coming to at an individual level also, people should look into what they're eating on a regular basis. On a regular basis, if a person can take their own dietary recall for the past 2 months, they would notice how many foods they are not eating. People could be omnivorous. They're capable of eating anything, everything, and they have no restrictions in terms of diet. But if you really look into what they're eating, because generally we eat according to the availability or cooking ability, that is available, or how much time you are investing in going and gathering the ingredients, etc. So dietary recall is important to understand what foods they're missing in their nutrition. So they would definitely be deficient of all those vitamins if they look into it. And magnesium, though, now we know at a population level, a lot of people are deficient because soil is magnesium deficient today. Now we see more than 90% of the people are taking magnesium and they feel better. And they already do not know, they're already taking iodized salt and they're not having a problem.
Yep.
They're doing
Do you have
something.
anything to say about pink salt?
We have to add all about pink salt here. All the pink salt intakers, all of them landed up with subclinical hypothyroidism, or some people in hypothyroidism, because there was no iodine. There was a reason why iodized salt was bought in.
Yeah.
There was a reason why pink salt came in, just to fortify the essential fulvic acid, humic acids, all the essential, there are many other minerals on the earth. We were getting all that through natural cooking and whole food cooking, which we were missing. So some people came and said, use rock salt. Okay, that was easy, and
came in
then Himalayan pink salt came in. Oh, this is interesting. Then they commercialized it. When they were commercializing pink salt, they didn't realize what was thought was solving a problem is taken away. So they ended up eating salt which is not iodized. Now we see again iodine deficiency, again hypothyroidism, especially in the entire family, all the families who are taking it.
All of that about supplements. Now it leads to the question of who cannot be taking some supplements.
Okay, let's talk about herbal extract here, because it's very famous and people, they're marketed very well. If you have this problem, take this supplement. Okay, again, they do not know about how they're going to metabolize it, how is the genetics, even if they need it or not, but because they're facing that problem, they take it. For example, people who are on antidepressants. They are already taking some drugs which target the brain chemicals, and at the same time they are taking some adaptogens like ashwagandha, licorice root, etc. It's going to reduce the efficacy of the drugs they're taking, and the body is confused. One is that. Another one is people take, now people know, oh, they need, suddenly they know they need electrolytes, salt, just water is not enough. But they take electrolytes and they don't realize how much sodium or potassium is going into it. Different electrolytes have different ratios. There is sodium to potassium equally, they have equal ratios in some formulas that we see. Other formulas has more potassium,
Yeah.
and other formulas have more sodium. People who have kidney problems end up taking electrolytes with more potassium, that's a problem. People who have hypertension end up taking electrolytes with more sodium, that's a problem. uh, yeah. People who don't exercise at all, thinking that they need electrolytes, take excess electrolytes, and that is a problem also.
People who are breastfeeding, taking certain supplements, and then people who are expecting to be pregnant, apart from the OGTN advice of being on a high quality iron, calcium, folic acid, they should not be taking certain supplements which can affect the growth of the fetus.
Exactly. Also, we have recently been seeing a lot of people taking pyridoxine for too long. One of the most common supplement. When goes excess, can cause neuropathy. This is very common. Vitamin B6. Over toxicity can cause neuropathy. So they're not aware. It's a complex form. It comes as all in one, and they continue to take it for years, and they end up with toxicities also. Similarly, vitamin D. Now that they are aware, the deficiency is more common. But if they are not testing, not checking the levels, they end up being over toxic. Recently we have seen a person with 140 or 150 vitamin D.
Okay. Was he having any hypercalcemic symptoms?
There was clear hypercalcemia. That's the reason why we're trying to
find out
what's the reason. Then we saw, okay, then the mistake the person has made was they're taking the prescription was not read properly. The important part of supplements is to read the prescription properly. How many times a day, what is the strength, and how long. That person made a mistake of taking 60,000 international units every day for 3 months. The prescription was not read. It was just once a week for 3 months. So,
is there any supplement that I should not be taking if I am on a medication? You had mentioned about SSRIs, NRIs, things that are acting antipsychotics, antidepressants. I can't be doing adaptogens. I can't be doing 5-HTPs or metabolites of serotonin pathways. It will end up in not so favorable outcomes. What else?
Similarly, a hypertensive person. Recently, we have been seeing this a lot, right? For some people, ashwagandha. Okay, let me give you a very common example, right? Now, ashwagandha people take thinking they have stress, but it might not always work for people who are already hypothyroid and feeling low mood. And taking ashwagandha will kind of even dumb down and take away their energy. It doesn't work for them. Again, many combinations have something called tribulus. We've been seeing this, the combination with tribulus, and it is not very favorable for people who have glaucoma. But they take it because they have hypertension, and the hypertensive blend has got this tribulus, and they have a glaucoma. They should not take it. So
a few things apart from this to mention. Again, the warfarin, vitamin K2, blood thinners, and
people
high
who are
dose
already
of omega-3.
exactly. High dose of vitamin E. People who are on blood thinners, high dose of omega-3, vitamin E,
vitamin K,
K2.
Taking calcium alongside iron. I am taking some supplements. I'm starting to feel better. I know that I should not be stopping it midway. But for some reason, I happen to meet one of the doctors that has been treating me from long time. Now, he takes a look at the prescription and then disregards the whole thing. And says that, hey, you should not be taking so many supplements. You are bombarding your liver and kidneys.
Okay.
What have you experienced people, your patients coming back to you saying this? How do you tackle it?
Very few members or patients come back and say, oh, it seems I was overprescribed supplements, it's going to damage my kidney or liver. Very few people say that. But it again comes from the general notion that taking so many tablets or for that matter, they do not realize, is it a vitamin, is it a mineral, is it an amino acid, is it a probiotic, is it an enzyme, what is the pathway, where is it acting, what is the mechanism, is it really affecting the detox pathways? If it's detox pathways, is it phase 1, phase 2, what is affecting, where is the liver and kidney affected? In fact, today we know, or we have been practicing for a while now, we know even for liver to function properly, all the phase 1 and phase 2 requires vitamins like vitamin B, C, D, zinc, amino acids.
60 plus vitamins and minerals required.
More liver runs on vitamins and minerals. If you are not optimized with that, how are you expecting your liver would do its job? It would detox. I think body functions on all of these basic nutritional needs, and these are not overdosed, or this doesn't cause a direct toxicity. If it causes a toxicity, it would be a drug, it would be studied, it would have a evidence, and it would have a definite action, like give this drug only for this reason, otherwise these are the side effects. OTC molecules are there for a reason, because it helps with the general health, but we are not giving for general. We write a mechanism of action for which we are giving what we are targeting. If that is there with no problem, with no second doubt, the members and clients can always take that vitamin, because they know what is it acting on, what is the outcome, how long, when should take, why are they taking it. If
that's clearly
laid down, I think there shouldn't be a problem. And the other doctor who is reading the prescription should also do their research to understand if the same molecule that we mentioned is going to do that job for them. They should check if the job is really done. And if the person is feeling better, then they need to understand the physiology or the mechanism that we mentioned or claim that it would change with that molecule has really changed, and they should understand.
Yeah. If it is coming from a place of evidence and it is really making a different positive outcome in somebody, then and it is also done after measuring somebody's blood, taking in account of their kidney panel, liver function panel, pancreatic panel, things are okay. I think we are in a good place. That person need not be afraid that somebody disregarded the prescription.
Yes. We have been seeing for very early stage hypertensions, like just stage 1 or pre-hypertension stage, if we fix 4 or 5 pathways, the hypertension comes down. Yeah. If we allow them to hydrate better, sleep better, manage their stress better, optimize their omega-3, magnesium, and their zinc and B vitamins, we know things are going to stabilize, and we address inflammation and a little bit of exercise, it's going to come down.
Yeah.
But all they have to do is those 5 and 6 jobs, doing lifestyle management, sleep management, nutritional management, and take supplements. Since they have to do all 4 or 5, which can be replaced with a one drug.
Yeah, rapid fire questions. What are the supplements that you are on currently?
Okay, I had recent insufficiencies in iron and folate, which I've been taking. A D3 with K2. I've been taking L-tyrosine. I had subclinical hypothyroidism whereby TSH was swaying around 5. So I've been trying to work on that. By the way, I don't have antibodies towards thyroid, so it's not Hashimoto's thyroid disease. And I also realized carbs are important for thyroid. So I started taking little more carbs at breakfast and lunch. So that is taken care. Yes, I do take magnesium. I do take L-theanine. I do take glycine with N-acetylcysteine. So these are the few I take.
Robust stack.
Yeah.
Are you on NMN?
Yes, I'm on NMN. I take 250 mg of NMN though.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I also take creatine.
Okay.
I take creatine.
How many grams?
I take 5 grams every day.
Okay. What's the most overrated supplement, according to Dr. Samantha, longevity physician?
IV NAD. Thinking it's not the elixir of life. And collagen.
Yeah. Second that. Yeah. What is the most underrated supplement?
Creatine.
Even for women?
Especially for women.
One panel of tests one should take before getting onto any supplement for that matter.
Okay. Do your basics. CBC, HSCRP, vitamin B6, B9, B12, homocysteine D, magnesium, omega-3.
liver function test, kidney function
Yes,
test.
cover your liver and kidney
While-
panels to just see you're eliminating everything properly.
Awesome. Thank you for watching the video till the end. If you are interested in more such videos which are related to health and longevity and a lot of myth busting, subscribe to PMX Health channel.